Reading verse 5 in Psalm 40, King David says, "There are none who can compare to our God. Many, O Lord my God, are the wonders which you have done, and your thoughts toward us. There is none to compare with you. If I would declare and speak them, they would be too numerous to count." If David had the scientific evidence that supports the doctrine of an infinite creator, designer, as we do, we could make the case that Israel should never have strayed. But she did, as do we, because of our gullibility and willingness to succumb to the deceiver's use of Adam's addition to our nature, the knowledge of evil that he uses to snooker us. Even one of the world's most intelligent men acknowledged divine intelligence. He began by stating, "I do not believe in a personal God, and I have never denied this, but have exposed it clearly." While Albert Einstein did not believe in a personal God, it is interesting how he arrived at the conclusion about the existence of God as a creator and designer. In developing the theory of relativity, Einstein realized that the equation led to the conclusion that the universe had a beginning. At the time of, he didn't like the idea of a beginning because he thought it would have to conclude that the universe was created by a superior entity. Einstein added a cosmological constant to the equation in an attempt to get rid of the beginning. He later said that it was one of the worst mistakes of his life. Of course, the results of Edwin Hubble confirmed that the universe was expanding and therefore indeed had a beginning at some point in the past. So even Albert Einstein became a deist, a believer in an impersonal creator God. Yet by experience, we know that Einstein was in error about God's personal involvement. Even men in the creative mind like Ben Franklin plainly stated, "God is involved in the affairs of men." Today we have the archaeological and geological science in organizations like the Institute for Creation Research that factually confirm the real truth about the creation and expose Satan's deceptive power and the lies from this master deceiver. David was not privileged to have the insight or the hindsight that we enjoy through God's indwelling spirit as we focus our attention and thoughts on the truth of God's holy word. God's thoughts toward us include our adoption, pardon, justification, along with the restorative powers of his indwelling spirit as he teaches us to walk in his ways in the way of the cross. Yes, even David, who lived well before the time of the cross, says that to begin to calculate the wonders of God would be an impossible task. God's thoughts of grace and mercy and provision and protection toward the people of David's era, as well as you and me, are too numerous to count. God has deliberated over our needs after the fall of Adam. By making possible a way for our redemption, our conversion, our part in our restoration through Christ's propitiation, all of which leads up to our eternal reward. His word says this is because as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are his ways higher than our ways, and his thoughts than our thoughts.